Hello again, Khan's here. It's been a while. I figured I would kick off my soon-to-be comprehensive coverage of Monster Hunter Wild with the most important guide of all, getting the game to run smoothly on your system. As anybody who's been watching my streams can tell you, I have been having a lot of trouble getting the game to run smoothly, especially while streaming or recording, or both at the same time. I've been going through all of the options, one at a time, tuning things up and down, praying that I could get something to work, and to be honest, I haven't had much luck, but just now I have basically stumbled upon my solution. Not even lowering the resolution worked. Sticking the game down to 720p didn't fix this, but I did find a way to basically double my FPS, which maybe gives a hint as to what it is. Anyway, just before that, I'll explain my situation. I run a 3090 graphics card and a 5070 X3D. I'm generally CPU bound, especially while recording. I figured my GPU is so much more powerful, it's a 3090, right, that it made sense to use DLSS upscaling. Pretty obvious. In fact, it's so obvious that I didn't ever mess with the setting after I set it. And as you can see, 30 FPS still basically made no difference. DLSS on, DLSS off, didn't really do anything for me at all. What I didn't realize is that this option here, frame generation, and I'll explain a little bit about how it works in a second, that is not compatible with my GPU, which is 30 series, but it does seem to be compatible with my other hardware, which is, I don't know, a bit strange, but I don't know exactly how it works. And so if I swap my upscaling to use my AMD CPU, which seems like a really bad idea given the fact that I'm completely CPU bound and this game is so CPU hungry, what you'll notice is that the frame rate doesn't change. Oh, there we go. That the frame rate goes up. Yeah, quite a lot, almost double, in fact. And this is with like the quality settings turned all the way to highest. I'm not prioritizing frame rate. I have the sharpness up. Yeah, so I'm basically doubling my FPS like this. And it works consistently. It's not just in the base camp, and this is where I'm the most CPU bound. So really this is the stress test. But no, it works throughout the whole game. I've been testing it a bunch, and the game pretty much always feels better to play like this. If you have a later GPU than mine, Nvidia's 40 series or onwards, you might be able to use DLSS with frame gen, which maybe will be better. I don't know. I don't have that kind of setup. Now, one pretty major caveat with how both DLSS and this frame generation work. I have tested this. I am very happy with how the game feels to play with frame generation on. However, DLSS and frame gen are essentially just faking data to try and improve performance, right? For DLSS, I think the way that works is upscaling from a lower resolution to try and essentially save you on some cycles. But I can turn the resolution down to half and see the exact same issue. So obviously that was never going to work for me. This other approach, frame generation, which is probably just some sort of like temporal type interpolation or maybe extrapolation or something. Again, it is faking data. None of these frames are real. I am still at, 30 FPS or so. In terms of the game registering my inputs and all that kind of thing, like the responsiveness, it's gonna be at that frame rate. However, I would much rather have some, AI interpolated frames stuck in between rather than just like empty pauses while I wait for the game to catch up. And so the game becomes a lot more presentable and it feels a lot better to sort of to watch and to play. However, it's kind of placebo, at least in terms of the feeling, right? It is purely aesthetic. The game seems more presentable, but there is no actual change to how it's running. It's if anything, it's slightly worse, because now it's doing some more load on the CPU, and I don't know, maybe if it's interpolation, there's maybe some latency as well, although I haven't really felt anything. So that is how you double the frame rate of the game pretty trivially. If you have a hardware setup like mine, I think it's pretty common. Hopefully this works for you as well. If it doesn't, keep tinkering with settings on your end and hopefully you'll find something to get it going. And either way, I hope to see you on the fields hunting. Take it easy. Bye-bye.